5:24 Avalo. Raymer's going to be next at 5:32, so you have a couple of minutes. This is not a storm to step outside and watch. You need to get into your safe place.
The weekend looked like it's going to hold together too, so you can all breathe a sigh of relief. It does look like we have a chance for a shower here and there. A thunder shower isn't out of the question. This is the way it looked out our window as we see the silhouette of Casper Mountain in the background. Some of those clouds did get a little bit more organized as we got through the heating of the day. Lightning strikes came out of that storm and ignited that dry fuel.
Hail as that updraft pulls that moisture into this storm as it encounters some warmer, moist air to its east. And as that storm devours this energy, it creates more of those turbulent conditions. So we have rotation in the atmosphere. We've got lots of these unsettled conditions that are affecting us in the eastern sections of Morrill County. So not far from Scotts Bluff. Scotts Bluff, you're still feeling the effects as this storm has made its way through and continues to push on over into Bridgeport and over into the northern and eastern sections of Morrill County. And looking at that, get an idea of what our storm track is and where we're going to feel the effects of this. We're in kind of a rural area, so there's not a lot of cities that come to light, but we do know that there are a number of ranches, some farms, some ag areas that you're going to be inundated with this storm system as it moves from the west to the east. Also notice that as this storm is making its way through, it'll be affecting us in Alliance. We've got it coming through Bonner at 9:57, so we're getting closer and closer to that time frame. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to get a tornado that'll spin out of this system, but it is a tornado-warned storm that has the possibility for spinning some of that rotation down to the ground. Over into Scotts Bluff. In Scotts Bluff County, we still have a storm moving through Torrington. We're feeling the effects of this storm as it continues to train into the area. Up into Sioux County, Nebraska, we're seeing the effects of this storm making its way in. Box Butte also is going to get in on some of that for us in Box Butte County. And then below Scotts Bluff County, we've got Banner County that is going to be inundated by this storm system too. Over into Rapid City, we appreciate the Rapid City information coming from our weather service for us in our northern and eastern sections of Wyoming with this system that continues to come through. Now, I've rotated this around so you can see that the tornado-warned storm is 35,000 feet tall, which means it's a very tall storm. It has broken through the upper portions of the atmosphere, continues to grow. That means that it has lots of updraft, which is the reason that we've had such high values of our hailstones. We've had hailstones that have been golf ball, ping pong size. We've also seen the size of baseballs and grapefruit. So that is going to be something that is moving toward our area. So with this, those of you that are in this area, we appreciate you joining us. You need to get into your safe place, turn your television up, bring your weather radios with you, whatever you use to get your weather alerts, but definitely get into your safe place because we have a storm system that is moving through our area in Weston County that is a tornado-warned storm. You'll see it here. It is a massive storm that has some dangerous conditions in it. I'm meteorologist Carl Rippy. We've got a severe update for you, a tornado-warned storm that continues to move up through the Midwest area over into parts of Johnson and Campbell County, making its way into northeastern Wyoming with a storm system and a complex that's going to affect much of northeastern Wyoming. So with that, as it approaches and moves across the I-25 corridor, we're going to have crosswinds. We're going to have some dangerous conditions. We'll have some heavier rains. Visibility is going to be compromised. And we're also going to have some dangerous lightning along with hail and possible tornadic activity. Development for us across some of our southern tier, getting into Converse County and even over into Niobrara. That's going to affect us in Platte and Goshen County as well. So for those of us in Natrona County, in Casper, This storm system is to our north about 25 miles. We have had confirmed tornadoes on the ground that have been moving through northeastern Natrona County. We've had them in Sweetwater County. We've also had call-outs for some of our areas that are going to really fire up. So for those of you that are joining us, we've got a couple of tornado warned storms, that are affecting us, and they've got quite a lot of energy in them. With this one that is moving through Wheatland, we've got some heights to it that are pushing it up to 20, 30,000 feet. That means that there is lots of room for this storm to develop, and with that in mind, we've got updrafts that are going to pull that moisture into the storm and make for some hailstones. As that moisture gets above the freeze line, it freezes off, and then it becomes heavy enough that it falls back out of the storm, and the updraft pulls it back in. As it falls down past the freeze line, it thaws out just a bit, collects more moisture, pulled up into the storm again, and then these hailstones get larger and larger as we move through the late afternoon, early evening hours. We've got a storm system that is making its way in and through Slater, pushing up across the I-25 corridor. You'll notice here that this has some strength to it, and as it moves through, it could bring some unsettled weather into your area. These conditions are such that there's so much rain in these storms that it's hard to see what is happening in the storm itself. So we could have a rain-wrapped tornado and you don't even know it. So the best thing to do is to seek shelter, get into a fortified location, interior room, a lower room of your home, a basement if you have it, and avoid anything that could be flying around in terms of making it through a window and causing damage. Now,